are listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
What is up?
I think that has been the best intro so far. The music and her voice it flowed. It's weird. It's like, wow, I like this. That was my favorite one.
I didn't mean for it to go so quickly. Yeah,
that was my favorite one.
And I've been playing it. It fits. I've been playing Mafia: The Old Country, so that just came out on PS5.
How come that music makes you hungry?
It's like fucking Italians. We make the best food, man. What are you talking about? You know,
you hear that and like, man, I'm hungry. I can go for like a nice there's this thing I get out here at the pizza place. It's called it's like a dough and you open it up, but it's like a pastry dough. You open it, you put some cheese in there, some good like the real mozzarella, then the arugula in there, and then some prosciutto. Like then you just eat it, and then I don't know, coccoli.
Coccoli.
Yeah,
I had it. Maybe I have. I don't know.
Elise has had it. Elise has had it. Yeah, I got it when we went to the pizza place when she was out here.
There you go.
I think she had some.
She liked it. Sounds like she would like it.
I think so. But yeah, that's like my favorite. It just, I don't know. It's like the buttery cheese and the little pastry bread. Oh, it's so good.
My favorite. We should do a top 5 Italian dishes one day.
Cool.
Blind rank them, man. I see.
Yeah.
For me, yeah. I mean, the chicken parm is hard to beat.
See, yeah, I love egg parm.
Eggplant parm. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite things.
Yeah,
one of my favorite Italian dishes. I don't know why. My mom used to make it years ago, and I always loved it. And I was like the only one.
Yeah.
Some people don't like eggplant. It was, but I loved it. I'm like, gosh, I look forward to when she make it. And I don't know. I guess it's just kind of stuck with me. So anywhere I go now, if I see an eggplant parm on there,
it's probably the best way to do eggplant. I mean, I like eggplant, but I think parm is I like eggplant parm.
Yeah, bread it and fry it.
Bread it and fry it. Some good sauce. Forget about it. Yeah. Yeah. So we got some we're gonna do a top 5. We're not even gonna get to a top 5. I promise you that.
It's just gonna be the favorite 80s movies. Yeah. Best. I could not believe I started going through the list and I'm like, we could do a easy top 20. That's how many movies. And like I said before, were movies just a little better back then, or was it just the nostalgia of it, or because it's just a different style, different movie?
I think you always have to go into like any of saying like, oh, what's the best era for movies, music, etc. Like there's something with our brain that when we hear things at a certain age, it sticks with us. And so we always rank it higher. So we're going to say, oh, music when I was like a teenager is the best or something like that. And I don't know, like it just hits differently. Like the movies hit differently then. Maybe some of them were better. I think that like we've gotten into like a quantity over quality as far as commercially goes nowadays. So there's just so much shit.
Seems like everything movies now are so commercial. Everything seems like
bigger, badder, more.
It's almost like, what are you trying to sell me? You always see now, like they're always like the product placement of stuff, and it's obvious. It's like, come on, things like that. Where, back in the day, they used vehicles. I'll start with one of my favorite movies, Back to the Future. They use a DeLorean.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah. So, like if they remake that today, we're going to see like the DeLorean logo all the time. We're going to see like, you know what I mean? Like you got to push the car almost to the point where you're pushing the car more than what's the actual scene that's happening. Like when they take off at whatever speeds to hit the thing, they're going to like focus on the DeLorean logo and like, look at how fast our car goes. It's like, you just lost the whole movie just by, it's like it turned into a little snippet of a commercial that they'll use. That's like what they would do compared to movies, I think, back then when it wasn't, like everything now. I guess it's all corporate driven.
It is, but I mean, the pendulum swings back and forth though too, because like
Yeah.
there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot more ways to create good shit that is not corporate than it was back in the day. I mean, just like even podcasts. I mean, there's
Mhm.
pros and cons to having everyone have a fucking microphone. But back in the day, you'd have to go like on the radio or you'd have to go onto TV or something. When now, literally, like every
Yeah.
podcast out there that's making crazy money started like just as a podcast. Like it's not, you don't need to be hired by your CBS affiliate and and you know anything like that.
And you have, I guess, you have I mean, an iPhone. You have a couple buddies with iPhones. You can make a movie
You can make
like they're
movies.
on
Yeah.
iPhones now, and you
Mhm.
can edit it,
Well,
do everything to the point
yeah.
where it looks like a professional studio did a movie. You know, I
Mhm.
know Mark is messing a lot with movies and taking clips and making clips and adding stuff and graphics and all this stuff, and it's like all from his phone now. It's like, dang.
Wow.
So yeah, it's wild. Now you're seeing movies coming out that are like iPhone movies, and they're playing in theaters, like small theaters, but like
Mhm.
still, you just able to get your. I mean, we have one out here, a small theater, the Beverly, and it shows a lot of old movies, but also a lot of independent movies.
I think it'd be fun to own a small theater like that, an indie theater, and you could just play whatever you want.
Yeah, and that's what they play old stuff, like and old stuff now though. It's not even. I'm talking old. It's like 80s movies.
Dude, that's what we're talking
They're
about.
taking
80s
it-
is
yeah.
40 years ago, man. Come on now.
But imagine having, well, like we got before. Imagine having a theater like that. Like this place is actually perfect. You have to check this out when you come here because it's one theater. It's one room. They use that room also for concerts and shows because they
That'd be
pull the
fun.
seats in.
If
So
it's
the seats pull
420
in.
friendly, that'd be a sick business, dude.
That's what I'm saying. If they had,
If they had
I mean,
like
one
a
theater.
420 friendly theater.
you just do movie, yeah, like that, and then you could use it as a music venue, which they do. They have a lot of people come in and do speeches or talks and things,
Mhm.
but it's used for multiple things. And then on the outside, you have an upstairs deck with like a bar and like lounge upstairs,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. It's a brand new building. It's called the Beverly Theater. But that would be an amazing place to have if it was
That'd be
like a 420 friendly place to
Mhm.
watch a movie, be able to smoke, have the snacks. They have a nice snack bar. I
Snacks,
mean,
have a really good snack bar,
And
or
all you
like
need to do-
have a good chef or something. Do like grilled
Yeah.
cheese sandwiches or something.
and you just have a nice snack bar and you have people deliver the snacks to your seat.
Mhm.
That's all you do. You have an app. You have a simple app of what you
What
want.
would be sick though is if you had like one theater, but then you had an outdoor theater too that you could do on nice nights, and you could
Yeah,
do
that'd
like
be nice.
like
Yeah,
a
that'd be really
screen,
cool.
projector, screen, everything
Yeah.
out there. Yeah, that'd be fucking sick.
But you have those independent places that, and then the cool thing is out here you have a lot of these old actors and actresses that live out here,
Mhm.
and they'll show up. So if they're playing one of their old movies, randomly they'll show up.
Oh, Jenna's wanting to get on that list.
Oh, yeah.
So she's
I
already
got two of
mentioned
those.
stuff. So yeah, let's
Yeah,
get
so I'm
into
hoping.
top the best. Okay, so the best 80s movies. And so we'll have to stick to just the 80s. Has to be released in the 80s because sometimes like when I think of the 80s, I'm like I was born in 82, you were born in 79, right?
79. Yep.
And so like 80s and 90s kind of blends together. Like early 90s is not a lot different than late 80s. So when you say you
Yeah.
grew up in the 80s, it's kind of a lot of my nostalgia is also early 90s, but for this list it has to be 80s. So Jenna already mentioned Goonies.
That's on the
It has
list.
to be in your top.
That was on my list.
Has to be.
Back to the Future, I already said we talked about. That's on my list. Footloose was. I forgot about that one.
I understand why you'd put it on there, but it wouldn't be for me. It wouldn't be on
No.
mine.
Yeah, there's so many good movies. So
Yeah,
many
the
good
80s
80s movies.
The 80s was sick. I know we sound
80s,
old and say it was the best.
we do.
I don't know if it was the best, but there was some iconic shit.
I think
Where
80s
you-
was the best movies. 90s was the best music.
That could be a
Boom.
that could be. That's a hot take.
But
Yeah, Top Gun 2, Top Gun.
Top Gun is on my list.
That's what
I
that's
had
a
the
W.
bomber jacket as a kid.
Oh, you love
I
Top
had
Gun though.
I had the bomber jacket. You know, the one with the one he had
Yeah.
with the patches, the Tomcat patch.
You
and the
had
logos and
that?
everything.
That's
I
sick.
had all of that. I would wear it. That's how big of a nerd I was.
Yeah.
But
When did
Top Gun is definitely one.
when did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come out?
Oh, I forgot about those.
It might be 1990 though. It was 1990, so it's not going to count.
No. How
But
about
that one for me was
Vac-
iconic.
Vacation? Vacation.
Which one? Christmas?
The first one. The very
Just
first
the
one.
original.
The original Vacation. I think that's the best one.
Really?
Yeah, I love Christmas is
Just
really
the
good, but
Regular
the
National
first one is
Lampoon's
just
Vacation. Is
Yeah,
that where they
'cause,
go
I
out
mean,
to the desert? Is it like Vegas or
that's
something? That's Vegas
uh,
Vacation.
the first one. That's Vegas.
Yeah.
No, the first one's when they go to Wally World.
Wally World. That's right.
That one, that movie, I guess it's part of my childhood too. Just watched it so many times, but I love that one. That's my favorite one.
1983.
Yeah, it's a long.
What about
time ago.
E.T.?
I have some older ones.
Were you an
Yeah,
ET fan?
I loved ET. I had the little ET doll, and it started to peel. The skin would peel on it. That's how old this thing was.
Mhm.
I still had it. I had it. I think it was in.
Oh, Jenna, that's a W too. Ferris Bueller's Day
See?
Off.
I had that on my list also. All of these.
I have to say,
Bueller.
I would, yeah, I would say for me, not personally in the top 5, but yeah, I would say it's iconic. That's an institution for sure.
Ferris Bueller is in my top 5 for
Is it
80s
really?
movies. Yeah, it's probably my 5, but it is. I've seen it a lot of time. I mean, I don't know. It's when I think 80s movies, I was like, that's the first thing that pops in my head. I don't know why that movie, but for some reason it is.
Johnny
E.T.
says Raiders of the Lost Ark.
See, I was a Temple of Doom. That was my
okay.
jam. Yeah, what
When was
year was
Temple
Temple
of
of
Doom?
Doom? That has to
Temple
be
of
early
Doom,
80s.
84.
See, Temple of Doom was my jam. Raiders of the Lost Ark was good. I
That's
enjoy all the indies.
Yeah,
But
Lindsay's big into
Temple of Doom.
Indiana Jones too.
I love Indiana Jones movies. The later ones I've seen, they're fine, but the early ones I love them. I love them.
John Turney. What's up, John? This is Spinal Tap.
Spinal
Yes,
Tap. That's
for
another one.
those
That's a
who-
good one.
I guess they are
Uh-huh.
making a remake of Spinal Tap as well.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I don't know.
About it.
Should they do it?
They
That's-
should,
it's
sure. I'm
always-
okay with it. But I don't have to like it. But
No, but some
it
movies
doesn't-
it's like, damn.
it doesn't always hit. But this is Spinal Tap is probably, as far as the mockumentaries go, like the Best of Show, Spinal Tap, all those kind of. Spinal Tap is my favorite one. There are some. I need to watch it again. Have you seen it?
It's been a long time, but
Yeah.
once he said, I'm like, yep. It's been gosh,
Classic.
that's
I
on my-
guess I
went through
didn't.
his
I guess
list.
I didn't realize it was in the 80s. I would have guessed 90s, but see, sometimes it's so
Yeah.
far back we forget.
Um,
I do have to mention Empire Strikes Back and The Return of the Jedi. Can't put A New Hope in there because that was 70s. But
I was never a Star Wars person.
No,
That's
I-
weird.
I-
I don't
I
know
was.
why.
my daughter's
I
got
was never
huge
into
into it. Elise
Yeah,
has
I never
gone
did.
deep into the lore. She's a nerd.
Yeah, I don't know. Growing up, I never got into those movies. I don't know why or what.
She said to me last week, she was like, I now understand why you're a nerd about Tolkien. I get being a nerd now because she's gone to the dark side as far as being like a part of like a fandom.
You find your vein and you find your path, and it's like but I don't know why. I just never. I guess growing up, I never watched movies. That's why my family was never into movies. So a lot of these movies I watched later in life.
Oh, did you really? Okay.
I never went to movie theaters when I was a kid.
Ghostbusters. What do you think about that?
Oh,
Johnny
is that
says
Ghostbusters? Dang, that's another
That's
one.
got to be 80s.
Yeah, it has to be.
When Ghost, I mean that's iconic. When was Gremlins?
Oh, that's
80s. That's 84.
Yep. The
That
Gremlins
one,
is another
that
one.
one for me, I wouldn't say it was like a great movie, right? But it's like iconic for me growing up.
Christmas movie.
Christmas Gremlins, did it happen during
Yeah.
Christmas? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, the Christmas tree. Remember
Yeah, that's right. Hey, what's up, Lisa? Lisa says, I'm an 80s girl born in 69. So
Hey.
if anyone wants my take since I was in performing arts school, yeah, give us your take. I'd be curious because you're I was born in 82, so the 80s
Stand by Me.
it's different. I was
Stand
a lot
by Me.
younger. Stand by Me. Yeah.
It's a great one. That was another good one. Really good one. I actually really like that movie.
When was My Girl? Do you remember that movie?
Oh,
That was 91. Shoot. See, a lot of the movies
Oh.
are like early 90s for me, like Robin
Yeah.
Hood, Prince of Thieves. I remember that one. Love that. That was 91. So that doesn't count.
16
Uh,
Candles. I think that was like those first, what do you call those, romance, kind of young romance, like I guess young romance movies, kind of, 16 Candles stuff. The
Yeah. What about
Mhm.
Short Circuit? Remember that?
Yes, Short Circuit's a good one. I remember that one also.
Iconic for me. Iconic.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's another one I can't think of the name. Why can't I think of the name? It's Weird Science. Remember Weird Science?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so that's what I'm saying. The movies back then, there's so many you start hearing like, dang it, I want to watch them again now. I actually want to watch some
And
of these again.
Sandlot was in the 90s, I think. So I can't put it. So far, my top 5, I'd say Spinal Tap and Goonies would be in there, and Star
Goonies.
Wars.
Goonies for sure.
What did you like the Naked Gun movies? Did you ever like those?
I did. I did like those.
I thought they were pretty funny. What about Airplane?
Yeah.
You like those
Airplane was funny. Yeah.
satires.
Yeah,
Spaceballs.
Yeah, I love Spaceballs.
Yeah.
They're making another one.
I know.
They're making another one. Everyone except John Candy, I think, is coming back. I thought,
Yeah.
or something like that. Obviously. Oh, Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Those another one. Great Outdoors. Those movies.
Yeah.
I love those movies. I love that comedy stuff.
Yeah. Lisa says White Nights, A Chorus Line, All That Jazz, Pretty in Punk, and The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club. That's
Breakfast
another one.
Club I recognize. I don't recognize the other ones.
Yeah, so you just missed The Breakfast Club. That's another one. That's a movie. If it's on TV, I'll stop and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would actually probably be a top 5 80s movie for me. Gosh, there's so many. Scarface. That's like not one of my favorites, but it's one of those iconic movies that that's a big lure especially in the rap hip hop world.
Yeah,
it's one of those iconic movies. That was an 80s movie. I didn't realize, and I only watched it once.
Yeah, I would have guessed it was the 70s. I guess I just put it alongside The Godfather, which was probably one of the greatest 70s movies of all time.
Yeah. There's
John Candy should come back in AI, says Alan.
Yes.
You know who I missed? Robin Williams.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss Robin Williams. I liked him.
Yeah, he was all right. What was his favorite movie about?
Miss Doubtfire.
That's probably the one, really.
No, Robin Williams is in a lot of shit.
Big. Remember Big?
Yeah.
Movie Big. That has to be 80s, and that's an 80s movie.
Was Big an 80s movie?
It has to be. Or is that a 90s?
Yeah, 88.
Okay. Good. Okay. See, I like Big. Gosh, there's so many old.
Were you more action, or you were into Karate Kid, right? Did you like that? Watch Karate Kid about 100 times.
I watched Karate Kid. Yeah, I watched Karate Kid.
That was iconic for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of the
Princess Bride. A lot of
Princess
people.
Bride.
A lot of people love Princess Bride. A lot of people put Princess Bride in the top 5 for them.
Yeah, I'll stop. That's for me. It's like if I'm watching TV and I come across it, do I stop and actually watch it through commercial breaks? Mm-hmm. And that's one I will watch through. Like I'll wait for like the commercials to finish to watch the movie.
Yeah.
So there's very few movies I'll do that for.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll watch a movie to the commercial break and then change it and never go back to it. But this is a lot like Princess Bride is one that I just watched it, last week. So
yeah. What about Caddyshack?
Yes, Caddyshack's another one I love.
Yeah,
Caddyshack is another great one.
Caddyshack's a top 10 for me. Bill Murray's
definitely top 10. There's Uncle Weird's Uncle Buck, Stand By Me. Rain Man. I really liked Rain Man.
You liked Rain Man, huh?
Yeah, I did. I like that movie.
When did that come out?
That was 80. I don't know what. It's a few years after Top Gun.
Rain Man was 88.
88.
Wow, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, I like that movie. I know it's on a lot of people's top of the list.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's I guess an iconic 80s movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think Breakfast Club is probably that's probably would have to go a top 5 for me also. Definitely. It's so hard. There's so many I like. I love The Great Outdoors or Uncle Buck. Either one of those, they're like interchangeable for me. It's like that's the CD you buy at the store that has both movies on it.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
like the
those are the two.
double movie. It's like that's how it comes out. Great Outdoors and Uncle Buck. But I don't know. I could just I watch those movies. Same thing on TV, and I'll wait. There's just
Bill and Ted. Were you into Bill and Ted?
yeah, I love Bill and Ted. That's funny, Keanu Reeves. That's hilarious to see him
Mhm.
back then to like John Wick now, and then like Neo in the Matrix, and
Yeah.
how he evolved from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to John Wick. Like, whoa, he's the one.
Risky Business. There's a lot of coming of
Business.
age movies. I feel
Yeah,
like back in the
there's a
80s.
lot of that. A lot of those. Yeah.
Bodyguard.
What's the
Love that
Bodyguard?
movie.
The Bodyguard? Was
It was
that an
80s,
80s
right?
movie?
Yeah, 1980.
Wow.
No. Maybe it was 90s. Hold on.
I thought
The
Bodyguard. would be
Bodyguard. 92. Shoot, 92. I was off.
92.
These eyes
That's a
can't see
little
so
bit.
straight anymore. The edible's kicking in a little bit.
I know I had a few of those.
Shit,
They're getting
a
old.
little, it's a little blurry.
They're getting old. You forget about them. And out here, the air's so dry. They're like the gummies turn into like hard candies.
Hard candy.
Yeah, I'm like, oh shit.
I
And they
bet.
get up
What
on
is
my
what is the
shelf.
what is the temperature out there in Vegas? Like 110.
Gosh, today was I think 110 or 111. I think my car's at like 114, but it's usually off by a couple. That's hot. It's hot right now.
Hmm.
We're on the end of this week. We're supposed to be down in the 90s by the end of the week. Saturday, I think like 98.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
So we're gonna cool. We're almost to the hot part. We have about 3-4 weeks left, and then the rest of the year's fine.
It's not
the rest
looking
of the year's
so
not that
bad.
big a deal.
Yeah.
About 3.5 months out of the year where it's just hot. Last year was about 4 months, but it's usually about 3.5. I think year before, so where you were like you just don't even want to go outside. Like,
No.
Then the rest of the year's, it's
This
hot,
year's been
but
actually
it's
pretty
not
mild in California. It's only gotten
Yeah, we've
100
had-
like 8 times total.
bad. Yeah, last year we were like consistently like we broke records for being just
Brutal.
hot consistently for like 10 or 12 days
Yeah.
straight.
Fucking
Where now we're
horrible.
going like up, down. We're fluctuating this year. We'll be down to the 90s, then we'll be back up to the 110s for a couple of days, then back down to the 90s, the high 90s. So it's just normal summer. It's hot. It's a dry
hate it.
heat.
I hate it when the pen gets stuck.
you're just sucking on your vein in the top of your head's just starting to bulge. Like, yeah. And you think you're getting really high from it. No, it's because you suffocate yourself. You're
Yeah.
lightheaded, and you're like, oh
Like,
shit,
fuck, shit's
like,
kicking
damn,
in.
that hit hard. Yeah, I was outside before the podcast.
Do you remember that? Do you remember
I got
that
the natural.
movie? It was like it was about an alien ship, and he's like the kid.
Alien?
I think it's like a what movie? was
Alien?
that?
The movie
18
Alien. That's
No,
80s.
not. Is it?
I think so. Has to be. It's horrible. Like
Alien.
cinematography.
80s.
No, it's not horrible
Aliens
cinematography.
was 86.
Aliens.
Alien 3 was.
It's not
92.
horrible. You just watch it now and you can just see stuff in the back. Like, I remember.
Oh, what about the Never-Ending Story?
Yeah,
80
I love that.
84.
Now,
I
what the
love
hell is that thing that he's writing? What is that thing?
It's a
It looks
luck
like you're
dragon.
writing but it looks like the mix between a pug and a Frenchie a little
Mhm.
bit. It's not quite a Frenchie, but it's not quite a pug. It's like in between. And hairy
Yeah.
ears. So, but then you have that like, what are those King Charleston ears on him? But I've always
Yeah,
wondered,
it's-
what is that thing?
It's the I don't know, Falcor the luck dragon, right?
Or- I don't know.
I used to have the biggest crush on the Empress when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never-Ending Story was. I mean, it doesn't hold up
That
if you
was
watch. If you watch it now, you're like, "What the fuck is this shit?" What the?
Well, a lot of these movies now, I watch high. Makes them more enjoyable. You just
I
got to
mean,
kind of be just, you know, it's like I said, they're good, but they're not. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah, yeah.
They're good, but they're not good. Like
hmm
you'll watch this going like, "What the hell am I watching?" But you love this movie, and you'll
Like,
watch it again and
like if
again.
you go back and watch the Delta Force, remember that? Did you get into any of those like action
Um,
movies, like Chuck Norris movies?
no, I never got into Chuck Norris, but I know a friend of mine's dad was really into Van Damme,
hmm
Jean-Claude Van Damme. So
Yeah,
he had all the Van Damme movies, like
all
all
of
of
them.
them. He
Yeah,
loved them. So I saw a
yeah.
lot of those movies. Like, gosh, I don't even know the names of them anymore. But
No,
you
I
know, they're
don't.
in
There
like
was a time when
secret
me and my
fight clubs, and
friends were like, it was like early college years where we would go
uh,
out and try to find the worst movie, like on VHS, like Hulk Hogan movies and shit like that. I still probably have some of
Steven
them.
Steven Seagal movies.
Seagal, yeah, like just so dumb.
Oh
Charles
yeah,
Bronson movies. Yeah.
gosh, yeah, Seagal movies are the same. Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. The thing was, is those movies, they were bad. Like I said, they were, I mean, bad but good. Like,
They're so bad, but they're entertaining.
yeah. Well, what's the other movie? Another one like this. That's you watch and go, what the hell are we watching? Is Big Trouble in Little China? Is that an
Uh,
'80s movie,
it's a good
or is
question.
that?
Big Trouble.
Because
It's 86.
if that's an '80s movie, that's my
It-
number one '80s movie. I
that
love
is,
that movie. I love that movie.
yeah. That's Kurt Russell, right?
Yes, and then yes, and then she dresses up as a geisha, and then he's fighting like Raiden. You know, Raiden's on there, blows up and explodes, and food
Uh-huh.
falls. Like he's fighting. All it's a ridiculous movie, but it's
But
a
if you're
movie,
high and you're watching
and
that
it's
shit,
on. You're gonna watch that movie every time. It's
yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China. Like yeah, it's Kurt Russell. Like he's some. I don't. He's like like I don't know. He's trying to save this girl that's in some underground like weird. I guess is it Japanese something, but I don't know if it's all Japanese. There's so many things
It's probably
going on and
It's probably
happening.
China.
Chinese, like there's so many different things happening. Like I don't even know because it's yeah. You have like a Raiden character from the video game. If anyone remembers Mortal Kombat video game, like this guy's in it.
Oh
I
yeah,
guess before. I wonder if that's where they got the character from.
maybe.
But this and it's an old '80s movie, but it's one of those movies I will watch every single time it's on TV. And it's you watch it, and after you're done watching, you're like, "What the hell did I just
What the fuck
watch?"
was that shit?
Yeah. That's one of those movies.
I feel like they
Um,
leaned too far into those. Like they tried to make like all those ridiculous movies, like Sharknado and all those like later. But I think
Yeah.
the classic OGs were like when you're back in the '80s watching this shit, where they're trying to make like a sweet movie, and it's just like it's so cheesy,
Yeah.
but they're trying so hard to make it cool that
Yeah, and it's like, are they
works.
doing this on purpose or is it on accident? Because some of it you're just
Right.
like, but then you
Some
have
of
movies
it,
that do it like Spaceballs.
Well, yeah, then
Spaceballs
you
is
know it's
obviously making
satire,
funny, but
right?
they do it so well. Like it's like if you
Right.
try to do that now, those movies just are just not good.
Yeah,
They're just not
yeah. I
good.
wonder what they're gonna remake Naked Gun, and so I want, or they did remake it. I don't know.
Yeah,
If it
I
did
heard
well, I don't know.
Landon works at the Cinemark, and he said it was fairly busy. He said
Yeah,
it looks like it's been doing okay, pretty well. I haven't
see
gotten
what
seen it yet. I want to,
let's see.
but yeah,
Yeah, because I like the
um,
movies back in the day. Let's see, it's got an 89 on Rotten Tomatoes, so maybe
yeah. So it's not bad,
maybe they're pulling it off.
and that's pretty good for a sequel with a different lead, different guy,
Yeah.
and everything. That it's hard to pull that off to make
Yeah.
a movie that and that's
that works.
fairly
That
that people actually go watch. It's not going to
Mhm.
make a ton of profit, but it's going to make money.
Yeah.
That's hard to do now. Look how many movies don't make money, and big movies like
Well, because their budgets are so huge.
yeah, you're starting with like a $400 million, $500 million budget.
Crazy.
And it's like you do 150 million in the States.
Right. Fuck.
You're 250 in the hole. You're like, oh damn, I hope it's
At least I don't
international.
know what this is. I left out Fame, but I wish
Oh,
I was
Fame.
introduced to sci-fi, but that wasn't my life.
I'm
That's
gonna
definitely a
live
key.
forever.
I didn't get into too much sci-fi either. Tron.
Tron. No, I've seen it, but no, I didn't get into
Yeah.
that.
No.
Like I said, Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom would probably have to be. That is probably my
Well,
number.
Did you watch Blade Runner? Blade Runner in '82.
I watched it, but it wasn't a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I was Indiana Jones. Would probably be one of my number one '80s movies, or yeah, probably would be my number one, and then Breakfast Club maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Temple of Doom. I've watched that probably 20 to 25 times in my life, or probably more than that. It was one of those movies my grandma had when I went down to visit in Southern California every year, and so all summer I would just watch that movie all day.
Mm-hmm.
They were really into movies. That's why I got into a lot of 80s movies. I'd go there for the summer, so I got to watch a lot of these, like the Raiders of the Lost Ark. That they just had VHSs. They would go back then. It was Fredco was the store. It was kind of like it's an old store. They used to go Fredco. It was kind of like a
like
Costco
Fred Meyer meets Costco.
Yeah, like a Fred Meyer, but yeah, it was his old Fedco, FEDCO, old store. You probably look it up. I don't know when it closed, but this is when I was young. So I was like, this was 35 years ago, probably 36 years ago, or older. And it was like that. And they'd buy VHSs. They'd buy VHS movies, and they had just bookshelves full of VHS movies. So I'd go there and just be like a Blockbuster video. I'm like, yes. So I just watched. That's where I watched a lot of my movies, and that's where I found Indiana Jones. Gosh, what was the other one? Basic Instinct. Because I was young. I'm like, hell yeah, I knew.
Oh, yeah. I knew everyone. Every kid knew that movie.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it was about.
I wore that tape out just a certain spot, but yeah, like there's some like all those movies I try to like. Yeah, so I just watched a bunch of movies. That's right. I think there's a lot of 80s movies.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break real quick so I can get a toke.
Cool.
Boop. All right, we'll go back to the Italian music.
Yes.
All right, I figured out the name of that movie that I was trying to think of. Flight of the Navigator. You remember that movie?
Oh, I do, but I don't. I didn't watch it.
It's one of those. It was like if you
it.
watch it now, it's so bad. Like it's so bad.
Yeah.
But back then, I remember liking it. 86. Yeah. So if I had to go top five, I'd go Goonies. The two Star Wars.
One more.
What?
And it's in my top 5. Die Hard. Sorry to interrupt you, but Die Hard.
Die Hard, another Christmas movie.
I love. That's another movie I'll watch through commercials. I probably see it every year because it comes on during Christmas time.
During Christmas, yeah.
Christmas, but so all right. What do you got for your top 5? If you had to do, if you had to do a top 5,
if I had to, I'd go Goonies, and then I'd go both of the Star Wars movies. I got to make sure Sandlot is in the 90s, 93. Yeah. Oh my God. After that, it's kind of tough.
I agree with the Goonies.
Lost Boys. I liked Lost Boys, but no. Spinal Tap would be in there. And then yeah, after that, it's hard. Could be Caddyshack. I might go Caddyshack.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I go those 5.
Caddyshack's a good one. That's it.
Yeah. What about you?
Gosh, I had it, and then a few more that came up at the end that were just kind of took it, but definitely Goonies. I agree. That has to be on there. I watch that movie probably 2 or 3 times a year. just because it's on TV so much, and I see it, and I do. It's it's a hilarious movie. Top Gun. Obviously, Top Gun's just it's
You
such a
never
huge
close your eyes.
anymore when I kiss.
Yeah, I probably watched that like
your
50
lips.
times in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, and it's one of my it'll probably always be one of my favorites. Breakfast Club is obviously Temple of Doom. And gosh, the last one's hard because there's so many. Like, I love Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I do. I love that movie. That's another one that I will watch if it's on TV.
Over
Like,
Back to
every
the
single
Future.
one of these. See, that's where it's tough. I don't know. I love Back to the Future. Oh, I'd probably go with Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I love Back to the Future. I love that movie.
Did you like the sequels and all that?
The second one was okay.
Second one was good.
They
yeah,
dropped.
3 I didn't like.
It slowly just kind of the Western one. I wasn't really into that.
I wasn't.
The second was, I watched it because it was Back to the Future. I love the first one, but I'd be happy just with the one. The one for me is,
Yeah.
I know. I love that movie. I do.
I wonder if
at a car show,
I wonder if
DeLorean
like
shows up
you
at the
go.
car show out
Oh, they do. Oh,
So-
someone's got one.
I'll take pictures of it every single time. I'm like, oh, the DeLorean. It's all Back to the Future now. It has a skateboard in the front seat. Oh yeah, but
I wonder if movies like that, they don't plan on number one on a second, and then it does really well, maybe exceeds expectations, and then they write one. It just doesn't have the same magic. Like, I feel like Home Alone 2 holds up pretty well with Home Alone 1, and I know they didn't plan. They weren't almost going to make. They almost didn't make Home Alone 1, let alone 2, and then it falls off.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of those movies. Godfather 2 holds up, and then Godfather 3.
Yeah.
So I wonder. There's got to be a difference when you're purposely writing like a trilogy or something, as opposed to writing one and then writing the next one and then trying to keep that magic going. It just. I don't know.
It seems I mean, now it seems like if there's sequels, they're planned. Like a trilogy, like Matrix, the Matrix trilogy. It's kind of these movies seem to be more like they're going to be a bundle, so they're written that way and made that way.
Yeah. Lisa says I like Star Wars and
Boys.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. I was the girl in high school. Dressed like Madonna. Oh, I did like The Lost Boys too. Top Gun was good. Ferris and Back to the Future. Damn, I can't remember my own decade crack. That's because the 80s were the best. I mean, I guess the 70s, the 70s were just before my time. My parents had their teenage years in the 70s, I suppose, right? Yeah.
I would have loved the 60s though.
You would have, you hippie ass. I would have too, for sure.
I would love the 60s, but then I would want to skip the 70s, jump to the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, can I have the 60s go for 25 years? Napoleon Dynamite, is that an 80s
That's
movie?
not an 80s movie. That's not even close.
Oh, okay.
No. Napoleon Dynamite. It's
so.
2000.
Damn, if it is, I feel old.
I think the budget of Napoleon Dynamite was something like 100,000 or something. It was like
was it really?
I think it was something stupid like that. Let's see.
Everyone get like $500 in a Subway sandwich.
400,000. The total budget was 400,000. That movie made money then.
Oh yeah,
that became a cult classic for sure.
You could say that's definitely a cult classic.
It grossed 44.9 million in its first year.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
What's it to date? I can't imagine what it is to date.
Napoleon Dynamite gross revenue.
That's wild. 400,000, and it's, I would say, what, 100 million.
I think it's done more than 100 million. I mean, not.
I guess about 100 million.
It grossed 46.1 million during its theatrical run. But I don't. That's not how much it's made total.
Yeah, it has to be between licensing and all this, all
right?
that stuff. I can't even tell now. And it's sure. I mean, just look at the merch.
Right,
the merch
that's
alone.
what I'm saying. Right.
How many Vote for Pedro shirts did they sell?
Exactly. Like they tapped into something there with like you put in $400,000. They would have never thought we're going to make 46 million our first year or the theatrical run.
There's some movies like that, I think. I'm curious to see, like, because that's another one. It's not an '80s movie, but Dazed and Confused is one of those. I think I don't know
Yeah.
what their budget was, but it has to be because it's still on today. It has to be still making money. You know, there's those old
Dazed.
movies like that.
Yeah,
That
that's
has to be a
93,
90. Yeah,
90s. Yeah.
that's probably one of my all-time favorite movies. But
All time. Yeah.
oh yeah,
We'll have to do 90s next because there's a lot in there for me that
there's so
are
much. There's
iconic.
so much too. Yeah, I have a lot in the '90s also. Yeah. The '80s are so many though. There's like I said, The Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. What was the one? It was really popular. She was a girl, but she pretended to be a boy and played football and all that shit. Gosh, what was that one called? On the cover of the movie, she had football helmets over her boobs, like in a locker room or something. But it was like a popular movie that everyone watched.
She's the Man.
That might be it. I
That was
remember that
2000
movie.
That was 2006 though.
No, it has to be an older one. There's an older one or something. It was like an older, like it was. I remember it was.
Or maybe you're just getting that old and it's not.
I could be, but I swear that was an '80s movie. I swear I thought I remember watching it at my cousin's house when we were young. Like my cousin that played for the Dodgers, and that was like when we were kids. That's why I thought the '80s.
Well, I'm not
I don't know.
finding anything. Is it a man?
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
wait,
know.
just one of the guys?
Yes, that's it. I think.
Okay.
I think that's the one I'm talking about. That
Oh
movie.
yeah. Yeah, I can see the cover. She has soccer balls over her.
Is a soccer ball? Yeah, it's like she pretends to be a guy.
Or
You have to
football
watch that
helmets.
movie.
Sorry, it's football helmets.
Yeah, see, it is football helmets over the. I remember
I
that
thought
movie.
I thought they were soccer balls. No,
It's not one of my
it's
all-time
really
favorites.
tiny. It's a really tiny picture.
You watch that movie, it's actually it's one of those movies like it's so bad it's good, but it's pretty good. Yeah, she pretends to be a guy, goes in the guy's, it's just like, I can be a guy kind of, but it's funny. It was pretty good. That's one of those old, movies, but I think now it's just like movies have gotten so blown out of budget and so much into like CGI and so much. It's just
Well, those movies, yeah, but there's all types of movies, though. I guess I don't. Yeah,
I've
there's a
watched
lot of
actually
independent.
because Landon is really that's what his major is in college is cinematography, and so he watches a lot of independent films. Like
Yeah,
I've gone
where you have to call them films instead of movies.
Yeah. Like I watched so many like that's how I know about this Beverly Place because we go there to watch them. That's how I know about this place. But like yeah, just so many. I've watched so many different like films. Like I'm a huge like Nicolas Cage fan. Crazy Nicolas Cage. I love that dude as an actor and everything. I don't know. I don't follow him as a person, but just his movies, I've always loved that shit. But he did a movie that I probably never would have watched called Pig. It's almost called Pig. And it's like, yeah, and we went to Beverly, and I guess like the week before we missed him because he showed up to watch his movie at the Beverly. He lives out here in Vegas. I was like, damn it. We went the following Saturday. I was like, damn, if we were the one before we would have, he was there. But yeah, this place he'll show up in like Penn from Penn and Teller. He goes there, I guess, and watches movies a lot. Because it's it's really nice. It's play a lot of old independent films and new independent films.
Damn, it's got a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes for Pig.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a really good movie. But yeah, like that's like a film. I would call it, it's a film. It's like a film.
Yeah,
that's why I like Nicolas Cage because he could play that role, and then play a redneck that crashes a correctional plane down the strip, and gets out and kills the guy, and then go to Raising Arizona.
That's a classic 80s.
That's another
film.
one. I forgot about that one. See, yeah, that's
constantly rated in people's top 5, top 10. Yeah.
Yes, that's another I forgot. See, there's so many. That's why I just like him as an actor. Like I don't know, that's his movies. And then
Con Air, right? Wasn't he in Con Air?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. The one that's how I was describing the one at Con Air with the plane crashing on the strip.
Yeah,
those
are entertaining movies.
But he would do those, and then he does a movie like Pig. That's nothing like any of that.
Did you ever watch 8mm? Was it 8mm?
8mm, where he goes after like child sex trafficking or something.
Snuff filmmakers,
snuff film stuff. Like
that. Like
I've watched
Fuck.
it. Yeah,
I watched
tried
that
to
when
see
I was
all of
younger. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, Jesus Christ. That
it.
was
His
a
one
heavy
he did
movie.
with the new one he did
I
with
did not like
Pedro.
it.
Yeah,
Pedro.
it's been
Oh,
forever.
with
He did-
Pedro Pascal.
yeah, he did that one that's recently with him. That was really good. I liked it. It's just he does all these just roles, and it's like different character, and he looks so different in all of them, and you believe it. You believe like I believe this. Like I believe him as a redneck, a redneck that crashes like
Sure.
the way he talked in that movie. It's just, and then he'll be Escape from Alcatraz or whatever it was.
Oh yeah.
The Rock. I'm sorry, The Rock. That was what it was called with.
Then he was
Sean
in.
Connery.
He was in the remake of those Left Behind movies. Remember the Kirk Cameron like Rapture movies?
Yeah, with
Yes, and I was like, what the
He
fuck
does
is
everything.
Nick Cage doing in this shit? Like,
Nick Cage is like the Snoop Dogg of movies.
he's just there for a fucking paycheck. I was like,
Yeah,
does Nick Cage believe this shit? Like,
he's getting I'll do it.
I'll fucking do it.
but he'll nail it too. What is it?
Yeah.
Leaving Las Vegas, I think is another one. He was it Fear? Is it? Did he? Was he? No, he wasn't Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, maybe he was. No.
Who is it?
That was,
is that Charlie Sheen? No.
original.
Where is he, Charlie Sheen? Fear and Loathing in Las
That was
Vegas.
Johnny Depp, Benicio
Johnny
del
Depp.
Toro,
That's a really good movie also.
and crazy ass Gary Busey.
Yeah, that's a good movie. But yeah, Nick Cage has always been that, plays so many different roles and it's believable.
Is he like your favorite actor?
Yeah. He always has been. My kids will, Sarah will tell you, he's my favorite actor. I always, just like I said, he just plays so many different roles, and it's like you go from Raising Arizona to,
He's
to
all over the
Face
place.
Off to Con Air to The Rock to.
And I like that a lot of actors like that get typecasted go and make movies that are different. Like even if you talk, because it's gotta be annoying to always be the same character. Even like Will Ferrell. Like I like some of his darker comedy movies.
Yeah, and I'm not, I love a few Will Ferrell movies, and I hate the majority of them.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Will Ferrell movies I don't like, but
I like when he goes outside of. I like when he goes outside of that, and I think there's a movie where he like someone's narrating his life. They're a novelist and they're narrating his life, and I think he starts to hear that voice or something. Am I correct in that movie? That was really good, but it wasn't like a Will Ferrell movie that you would think of.
Yeah, and then he just did that documentary, which was really good.
Right, I've heard that's really good. Stranger Than Fiction. That's what it's called. So yeah, he's a IRS auditor.
Then he's Talladega Nights.
And then he's Ricky Bobby.
Then he's Ricky Bobby. It's like it's just, and that's with me with Nicolas Cage is I'll actually watch. He'll do roles like that, but then they're both pretty good for what the movies are. I'm not saying Con Air and The Rock are great movies, but
they were entertaining for the time.
Yeah, and he's good at what he's doing in that movie, like as a character, like what he's supposed to do. Like, yeah, sure. I believe him as this guy. Movies are ridiculous and funny, some of them, but it is. And then you get guys like a Jason Statham. I love Jason Statham movies, but I don't know if I could see him out of a role of the Jason Statham movie. I mean,
some people are.
I can't see him in a romantic drama, drama. I couldn't. I would be waiting for him to some guy jumping out of the bushes and he takes off in a car. You know what I mean? Like it's like a Statham movie, like an action movie. That's kind of like, I think he kind of got.
Wasn't he in the Meg?
Was he?
Did you ever watch that? Yeah,
I think my kids did.
Elise and I went on a bad movie like that where it was Twisters, not Twister, or something like that.
The second one.
No. Like you would have never seen this movie. It was awful. The Meg. We went to all these just B roll. That one actually had some actors in there, but it was still hilariously bad. We've always liked watching those sort of cheesy ones, funny on accident.
There's a lot of 80s movies like that. Just funny because they're just cheesy as hell.
For me, it was just action movies, just like Chuck Norris coming out of the water, like
Rambo,
that kind of shit, just so dumb.
Rambo has to be the 80s. Is Rambo the
80s.
80s?
I'm gonna guess 83.
I forgot about
No.
Rambo until you said that. Those were some
80,
like
80,
that.
Rambo.
And how many were there? There was like
82. Oh, there's a
Rambo,
bunch.
then First Blood 2, First Blood 3.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the jump out of the creek and just
All that shit.
and then Rocky. What's Rocky? Shit.
Yeah, Rocky's got to be 80s. I was about to mention Rocky.
See, that's another one. I am not a Sly.
No, Rocky was 70. Rocky was 76.
Okay. Okay.
Rocky 2 was 79. So you wouldn't have 80s till Rocky 3.
Nah. If I'm not a huge Sylvester Stallone fan, but if there was one movie, it's Rocky. I did like Rocky.
Yeah, I liked Rocky.
Rocky was a good movie, but yeah.
What about Lethal Weapon? I forgot about that. That was a good action. That was a good action.
Really
that was good.
Yeah, that was probably my first introduction to like a good action movie. That might have been like the first action movie I think I've ever watched. Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop's another one.
Yeah.
That 80s. That was another one I watched at my grandparents a lot. And Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Did you get into Terminator was 80s. That was 84.
Terminator, I watched the first one. The second ones, like the later ones, I never got into.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop was good.
Yeah, I like Beverly Hills Cop. Eddie Murphy.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse was actually I actually liked Roadhouse.
89.
I actually liked Roadhouse. Yeah, it's one of those just. Oh man, I have balls.
Yeah,
it's just like it's one of those. I'm gonna beat you up, Like we wear tank tops to out everywhere. Go to the bar, tank top and like tight jeans tucked in.
Highlander, Escape from New York.
Highlander, I know of the movies. I never got into Highlander.
Yeah,
that was another, Gosh.
So you would rate 80s movies over 90s? 90s
I don't know yet.
Music over 80s. We'll have to see. Yeah.
Well, I don't know yet. See, because 90s now, there's a lot of movies. Like when I start going through the 90s, I'm gonna start hitting them. Like, damn, that's a 90s. That's a 90s. That's a 90s. Like, shit. It's hard. I think the best. It has to be 80s and 90s was the best for movies and music. I think it's just movies and music. The 70s or the 60s were like kicking it off. The music scene.
It's hard for me because hip hop. There's only very early type of anything in the 70s that is like kind of pre-hip hop kind of.
And then the early stuff is like like hip hop raps are what Sugar Hill Gang is when it kind of started like early stuff, and that's more the hip hop, and you don't stop, that stuff.
So it's hard.
Hip hop didn't start hitting probably really till the 80s.
I'd say like
probably the 80s.
I mean, for me, when I got into it, it was the early 90s. But
I mean, I know there's like, you can go people that know hip hop and you get to be screaming, oh, there's this guy. Like, yeah, I know there's, but when hip hop started to like become kind of where you're hearing kids in school, like like me, it was, I moved to, Paradise when I was 10. So that was 89. So yeah, probably the 80s would be, I think the early 80s.
LL would have been in the 80s, right?
Yeah, so I think so. You have the Sugar Hill Gang. I think all those guys are like 70s, the 70s, and then it kind of the 80s started kicking it off. Like you have Run DMC, those guys. Gosh, there's some even older than them.
The Sugar Hill Gang would have been
George Clinton. He was born psychedelic,
right around 80, I think. George Clinton was cool. Alan, people back to movies. Alan says Police Academy.
Yes, Police Academy. Those would be definitely my comedy 80 movies. I love those. Those are another ones I would watch. Summertime movies, Police Academy. Love those.
I watched that. It starts out with like on the top of the sirens, right?
Yeah,
like right behind that. Yeah. Those movies are good.
See, I love Police Academy movies. They were hilarious. The guy that always make the sound, yeah. Those were hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd really have to think about the music 80s versus 90s. I would probably lean 90s music, and then I'm not sure on the movies.
I think 90s music is better, but I know I know like word for word so many 80s songs because
Yeah.
growing up my mom listened to music like when she'd cook and around the house, and she was a stay-at-home mom, so I was home and she'd have the radio always on, tape player playing, and it was always music, music, music. So I got introduced to a lot of 80s stuff. Like I got introduced to Alabama, like Linda Ronstadt,
Mhm.
but all kinds of music. And then she'd have the radios on and stuff. So I was always listening to like 80s. So I know like a song will come on the 80s channel. I'm like, I'll sing it word for word. And Sarah just looks at me like, how the hell? I'm like, I don't know. Something triggered that song in my head. I had no idea I even knew that the words to the song.
Yeah,
It's weird how it works.
Elise
sometimes.
has been doing like that. The other day she was singing a Fleetwood Mac song, and I was like, "What? Where'd you? You were
Yeah.
born in the wrong decade."
It's like, and that's kind of that's what was weird with the Grateful Dead. Kind of that's how I kind of started to flow with it a lot easier, because all of a sudden I started hearing these songs and I'm like, holy shit, I remember this from junior high. Every day after school, it like clicks something in my head, and I'm like, I know the song weird, but I don't know all the words, but I know the beat, and I'm like, this is weird. And I'm like, and it was probably just from school, like that 7th, 8th grade, almost every day. Just about every day. It'd go from Janis Joplin, but it was that whole era, that whole, kind of the Woodstock hippie era, the 60s. But it was huge Grateful. But that's where, so for me, the Grateful Dead music and stuff was so much easier for me to catch on to. Kind of like the same, like I guess it's weird how it works. And kind of the same thing as movies. I'll watch it like on TV. The other day I was watching, and when I was in San Francisco, I watched Dirty Harry. Talk about a ridiculously stupid. All they do is shoot guns the whole movie. They just shoot anyone and everyone. Like that's the answer to everyone. Shoot them.
That was like 70s, right? 70s.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my! Like it was like Colt 45. I got my Colt. Like how? I mean, it's almost
so you can't say movies were better back in the day. Like I think we definitely have a romanticized view of things as they become history, and then if we actually watch them now, we're like, oh
yeah,
that doesn't hold up.
Yeah, you have movies, really good movies now, like that Pig movie. No one, you probably never seen it, but you watch the movie and you're like, wow, that was actually a really good movie. And then you have Dirty Harry that's just like boom, 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 like bank robbery and cops, and one man's gonna go and just bust through and just shoot everyone and kill
or
everyone.
Any of the old westerns. A lot of those old westerns.
The John Wayne westerns. My grandpa loved those.
Clint Eastwood,
he loved the old westerns. He loved them. And to the point where he had the statues, like little cowboy statues and stuff, like and around his fireplace. But love those movies, and that's all it was just well, yeah, you oughta,
why?
It's
everyone's got a
you're gonna watch that, and you're probably gonna see a gun fire about 100 to 120 rounds per 20-minute, 30-minute show. That's how much these guys shoot. It's like and like 100, they'll have a bar fight, 50 rounds go off and 2 guys die. It's like it's those old westerns and stuff. But
the writing wasn't as developed. It was just
that makes you appreciate good 80s movies though, and good 80 movie filmmakers and stuff, because there was a lot of garbage. Like there's a lot of garbage now because it's so easy. Not easy, but it's so much easier to make a movie than it was back then, to get it out in front of people, in front of their face, in front of their eyes.
I think just because there's so much that it becomes hard, and it's so saturated with content.
Oh, I think we're oversaturated.
I
mean, like look at Netflix. There are so many shows. There are some. This is one, and that's just one app, one plot. There's how many more from all the networks, and then to the Hulu's, the Apples are doing them. Like, it's
and I'm sure a lot of them are good.
It's not to say, stuff. But then you also get so much bad. I mean, what was Netflix's model for a while? Just like, pitch them. All right, make it. Here's $1 million. Make it, and like they'll see what happens. And they find out that's why there's so many like competition shows,
Yeah.
baking,
Oh, really? Yeah.
cakes. That's why if
There's
you
a
look, and there's
lot.
always these competition shows, these dating shows, because they get the most views.
Do
The
they?
most views,
Yeah.
make the most money off of those shows. So
They
it's
should
hard
do
if
a
you
they
have.
should do a cooking competition and dating at the same time. Let's pick them.
It's gonna happen. It's probably already in the making. It's probably already out there if you look it up.
You have to
Um,
date while you're cooking a pie.
look how many like love type shows, Love Island type shows are
Oh,
on
yeah.
Netflix. There's so many.
Yeah.
Look how many cooking competition shows there are. Look how many food competition shows there are. And then you
A
have
lot.
that's just in those categories. And then you have all the dramas, all these things like original
But it
content.
kind of
not
burns you
stuff.
out though, because I used to watch
Yeah.
some cooking thing, but then then it's just kind of like I'm kind of over
It's
it.
just too much. Like I used to love watching Chopped.
Loved
where
it.
they have
Yeah, I
the
love
basket.
Chopped. Oh, love Chopped.
But now
Yeah.
it's like they do Chop, but it's like 2.0. They're gonna you have to
Yeah,
do
it's
that,
like-
but then now you can, sabotage the other guy's basket. And you're like, why are you
Yeah,
doing
no.
this?
No,
Like
I
you just
want
ruined the
old-
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that's just it seems like they're doing now with these shows. Like how
Yeah.
many shows does Gordon Ramsay need?
I know. I used to watch Master Chef, and I'm like,
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I used to like
like-
it. I used to really like
Yeah.
MasterChef Kids. Watching these kids cook, it amazed me to
Yeah.
watch these kids cook. I'm like, I'm learning from these kids. And I'm like, this is
Yeah.
amazing. And both of those shows I'd watch
And
because
then-
I think they're on back to back.
Then it's
and then
just
now he's doing-
saturated the market.
Now he's doing something where there's food coming down through floors and people are
Yeah,
grabbing
it's
something. Like,
I know.
what
it's
is
like,
this shit?
What is this? Shit?
Gordon, hey Gordon,
Who the
Fuck
fuck
off.
picked this shit? Yeah,
fuck off,
you
Gordon.
don't. You donut. You fucking
God,
donut.
like, what the hell is this? Now
What
he's just
the
like
hell
a
is
money
this
grab.
shit?
Look how
Yeah,
many
that's what it
damn
seems
restaurants. Look how many restaurants he
know.
has on the strip. Yeah, I think I can go to like 6, 7 Gordon Ramsay's restaurants. I can go to a Gordon Ramsay restaurant every night. It's like, gosh.
Probably. Yeah, Lisa said I complain that Disney Hulu doesn't roll over to the next episode as much as I'd prefer. Meanwhile, I had channels and no remote. You got to take a piss real quick. Commercial. Better hurry back because yeah.
You remember that?
Trying
growing up?
to explain that to kids. Like you can't. What do you just pause it? It's like no,
Just
you
pause it.
can't.
You can't.
There's no pause. Like
We got 2 minutes.
you got to hurry up. You got to get your snack.
You gotta
do
go
what
get
you
your
gotta
snack.
do.
Gotta go to the bathroom.
Yep. All right,
hope
kids,
no
go
one
brush
else
your
is in.
teeth. Got
Yeah.
during this break.
Everything was during commercials. Now that
Everything.
you think about it, commercial is actually probably a good thing for parents growing up with kids. I remember doing that. Commercial comes on,
Sure.
all right, go brush your teeth. All right, go
Brush
get
your
your pajamas on. And then by the
Brush-
time the show's over at 9 o'clock, we're like dressed, teeth
Yeah.
brushed, ready for bed. I'm like, God damn
with all the
Yeah.
commercial breaks.
Yeah, like damn it. If I would have known just to watch it till 9, then I'd have that time to do all that shit and go to bed by
Yeah.
9:30. Be like, yeah. But hell no, I was already ready for bed. I'm like, fuck.
Fuck, I got
Got
duped
me again.
But
Got me
there was-
again.
See, this is the cool part about like
Uh,
I think you miss there's a certain soulfulness of like remember TGIF? Like you were so
Yes.
excited for 8 o'clock
there's
Pacific time, 8 to
I
10. You're gonna have
just-
4 shows back to back to back to back. And it
I
was amazing.
just literally talked to Sarah about this the other night. We're sitting here in bed watching TV.
TGIF. Yeah.
I said, "There's nothing like you can't make a show like Family Matters,
Mhm.
and it's going to look like Family Matters did back then. You can't make
Right.
it look that way. It's going to look too modern. And it's just not
Mhm.
going to work for me. It's just not. So those
Yeah.
shows cannot be redone. The way they're shot, the camera, that's like the shitty camera, like it's
Yeah,
just the way it is. It's just, there's what was it? Family Matters, Step by Step,
Step by step. Boy
Full
Meets World.
House, Boy Meets World.
Those are the ones. Dinosaurs was on there
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, eventually they would switch up
Eventually.
shows, but
Yeah.
Family
But
Matters
yeah.
and like Step by Step and were the two I think that kind of stuck around the longest. I remember.
And
They're
Boy Meets
Family
World was
Matters
on there
for
for a
sure.
while too.
Boy Meets World,
Was on there. For
but
a while.
those shows like they can't be. I don't know. You just can't. There's not a sitcom on
You
like now. Now it's like too much drama. They added like the drama they go into it too, and the music.
Well, and you can't. I don't
It's
think
just
you can
filmed
replicate
differently.
the event of all
No.
getting in front of the TV at 8, and you're going to get 3 of your favorite shows back to back to back once a week.
Yes,
That-
TGIF.
that- That was the thing that was like, fuck, I'm so excited.
If I'm a network and I'm struggling,
Mhm.
my Hail Mary is bring back TGIF Friday and try to bring back some kind of shows
Mhm.
like that. You
they
know,
drop. They drop at 8, 8:30, 9
Yeah.
and 9:30
3 in a
on
row,
Friday
and
night.
like throw the Hail Mary, hoping that a lot of our
Mm.
age, my age, that are having kids, they're like to go like, oh shit, let's
Mhm.
actually, all right, maybe I'll check this out. Like that would be my like, let's try it. Let's. I mean, what else you got to?
You would have to have you would have to create 4
4 shows, or have 4, one or a couple that are going right now that are doing really well, but maybe packaging them together on one night could
Mhm.
really work. And if you get 2 more, because you have to have kind of like, and that was the crazy thing with those shows, is you had like a comedy. Family Matters was like a family comedy show. Step by Step was kind of the same. They all kind of have the same thing, but they also
I had a
dealt with
major
a lot of
crush.
stereotypes.
I had a major crush on Dana.
Dana, was she the oldest,
blonde one.
the blonde?
No, she was the blonde, like kind of grumpy one, the moody one.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then you had, what was the dorky, whatever. I don't even know who that guy was that lived outside in this van. Cody or something like that.
Cody.
He
That was
like,
Cody.
yeah.
Yeah, he had like the tall hair. It was like
Yeah,
like
and then
flat top type of thing.
the conservative dad, always
Yeah.
with plaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great shows. though.
Yeah, and then you had Family Matters. Carl Winslow. I mean, Carl
Family
Winslow.
Matters was great.
Family Matters is one of my favorite shows in the world.
Yeah.
Carl Winslow.
There you go.
I have his pop.
There's
That's how
your
much
boy.
of a fan I am of the Family Matters and Carl Winslow.
Isn't there a Die Hard and Family Matters conspiracy theory or like
Yeah,
fan theory?
yeah, but it's like it's
Stupid.
2 different cities.
Right.
They
it's
think
silly.
so. The conspiracy is what happened at Nakatomi Center in Die Hard. All that happened.
Mhm.
After that happened, he got transferred, moved, got out of there, and went to Chicago.
Mhm.
At the time, his wife was pregnant. That's why he said, "I'm buying Twinkies for my wife." Ha 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 ha. Really, he was eating himself, but so his wife
Yeah.
was pregnant. That's what they said. So when they would have moved, the timeline says that was Eddie. She was pregnant with Eddie. They moved to Chicago, had Eddie. He became, eventually the police chief there
Mhm.
with all the other kids, and that's kind of the conspiracy. Like that's how
Mhm.
it was kind of weaved through. Like he's from Die Hard
Mhm. It's funny.
thing. But
Fans come up with some crazy shit.
I'll go with it. I'm on. You got me.
Yeah.
But I would love TGIF again, but yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
that's
shows
the
and
best.
stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
they
What
were
was
just-
what was better, Saturday morning cartoons or TGIF?
Gosh, that was how exciting Friday was, because you had TGIF
And
and
then
then you
you
had
had-
Saturday morning
And
cartoons.
you had Saturday morning cartoons on the
And then if
follow-up.
you were really lucky and you were a wrestling fan like me, I was, you would get a Saturday night main event. The
Mm.
big only happens like once every month, maybe once every couple months, was like on TV, and it came on like at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. So sometimes my mom would have to wake me up to watch it. And every now and then, so that was like the perfect weekend. But yeah, it was
Oh, yeah,
Saturday
the
morning
perfect
cartoons I
weekend. Yeah, the perfect weekend was TGIF when I lived with my grandparents. TGIF, Saturday morning cartoons, then go outside, play football all day Saturday, then Sunday football on TV.
yeah,
That
my
was
my
my-
grandparents was when I stayed with weren't into sports
Oh,
at
really?
all.
See,
No, my grandpa
was. Big
my grandpa
49ers
got-
fan.
Yeah, see, my grandparents weren't. My other side, they were into all of it, but they were into the gambling part of it. That's why they left. Literally, that's why they'd have their own pools. Like they made their own league
Yeah.
and stuff. Like
Yeah.
they were already doing this gambling, like DraftKings, all this. They were doing this fucking back
They were
in
doing
the
that.
80s. Yeah.
For the
Like, yeah,
internet.
they were doing, you get the list, you circle, and everyone puts in $5 for the week, and like you do
Yeah.
keep track of wins, the tiebreaker, and like, oh, I
Yeah.
knew how to do that shit when I was like, I was running like tags
You
for
were
these
running
guys at
underground draft
10 years old.
Yeah.
Let me go. I'm gonna go to my uncle's house. I'm gonna climb the fence. Go grab my uncle's bets. Then come back over to the house. Like, oh yeah, that's why my family was into sports. But and then my other side, my other grandparents. So that was what's weird with me is they lived on opposite side of the fence. So I would just jump the fence to go to my grandparents' house. So when I stayed in Southern California for like a month and a half, I would just hop the fence. One had a pool, so go swim and come back. But one was sports, all that gambling. The other ones were not. So that's why I watched a lot of movies. But yeah, it was crazy. But
Yeah. The 80s were wild. 90s were
wild.
wild.
It was fun though. You
Wild
think back
times.
the 90s, I think 90s were better. I love the 90s.
90s were good. We'll do movies,
love
90s
the
movies
90s.
next time. Yeah,
Oh,
either
that's another. It's gonna be a hard
either
one
this-
too. That's gonna be
either
really
this
hard.
Friday or Tuesday, whatever we got going.
Yeah, whenever. I don't think. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Still waiting for that lease. So if that comes in. So
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the flip side. Till next time. Get high every day.
Allegedly. I love this. I want this playing while I'm like cooking dinner.